The Mirror Maze. Liam and Noah were in their grandmother's attic, rummaging through boxes filled with old trinkets and dusty books. The house creaked around them as the wind howled outside, signaling the start of another storm. "I found something." Noah's voice rang out from behind a pile of old blankets. He was holding up an ornate, oval-shaped mirror with a golden frame. Liam squinted at it, brushing off the dust. "That's weird. I don't think Grandma ever mentioned this one." The mirror looked ancient, its surface cloudy with age, but the frame was intricately designed, featuring swirling vines and small flowers. Noah couldn't resist. He placed his hand on the mirror's surface. The glass rippled like water, and with a sudden whoosh, both brothers were sucked into the reflection. The world around them blurred, and before they could even scream, they landed on soft, cool ground with a thud. "What just happened?" Liam groaned, sitting up and rubbing his head. Noah blinked, looking around in awe. The world around them was strange. Tall, shimmering walls of polished silver surrounded them, reflecting their every move. They stood in a massive maze made entirely of mirrors. "It's like a maze of glass," Noah exclaimed, running to touch one of the mirrors. The glass sparkled beneath his fingers. Liam grabbed his brother's arm before he could get too far. "Wait, Noah. We don't know what this place is. We need to stick together." Noah reluctantly agreed, and they began walking through the labyrinth, their footsteps echoing off the walls. As they moved deeper into the maze, the reflections started to twist and change. Liam glanced at a mirror to his left and froze. The reflection staring back at him wasn't his own. It was something that looked like him, but it had glowing eyes and a mischievous grin. "Noah!" Liam shouted, backing away. "Look at that!" Noah turned to see what his brother was pointing at. His own reflection was grinning in a way that made his skin crawl. It wasn't like his usual reflection. This one had shadows creeping around it, and it didn't move like he did. "What's wrong with them?" Noah whispered, frightened. Before Liam could answer, their reflections stepped out of the mirrors. The versions of them were no longer mere images. They were solid, real, and as menacing as the maze itself. "Noah, run!" Liam yelled, grabbing his brother's hand and pulling him away from their sinister duplicates. They sprinted down the maze, but the reflections followed at a faster pace, matching their every movement, mimicking their actions perfectly. As they turned a corner, the reflections didn't follow. Instead, they stopped at the mirror wall and began laughing. Their laughter was eerie, hollow. "They're mocking us," Liam said, panting. "No, they're leading us somewhere," Noah replied, his voice shaking. The maze seemed endless, and every turn led them deeper into the twisting hallways of mirrors. The reflections continued to mock their every move, echoing their laughter, mimicking their footsteps. Suddenly, the path ahead of them opened into a vast room filled with mirrors, so many that it was hard to tell which one was real and which one was just an illusion. At the center of the room stood an enormous mirror, its surface glowing with a strange, otherworldly light. "That has to be the way out," Liam said. "We need to reach that mirror." But as they moved toward it, something felt wrong. Their reflections in the other mirrors started to move independently of them, stepping out of the glass and crossing the room. Liam felt his heart race. "We have to get there before they do." The reflections seemed to speed up, but just as Liam and Noah reached the central mirror, they were surrounded by their doppelgangers. The mirror people sneered at them, closing in like predators. "You'll never leave," one of them hissed, its voice a distorted version of Liam's. Noah clutched Liam's arm, his eyes wide with fear. "Liam, what do we do?" Liam took a deep breath, trying to stay calm. "We have to break the cycle. If we can't beat them, we'll outsmart them." His eyes darted around the room, and he spotted something, a small, glowing symbol etched into the frame of the central mirror. It looked like a puzzle piece. "Noah, look." Liam pointed. "The mirror has a symbol. We need to solve it." Noah squinted at it. "What is it?" "It looks like a puzzle." Liam thought for a moment. The reflection creatures were getting closer, their twisted forms getting more menacing. He suddenly had an idea. "We've been following their lead the whole time," Liam said. "But what if they're following us now?" Noah's eyes widened as he understood. The reflections had been copying them every step, every move. If they could trick the mirror people into doing something different, it could disrupt the pattern. "Let's move like we're going to the mirror," Liam said. "But then we'll stop at the last second and do something unexpected." Noah nodded, and together, they made their move. They took a step toward the mirror, and just as the reflections advanced, they halted and turned sharply. Instead of continuing forward, they sprinted in the opposite direction. The reflections hesitated. They didn't know how to react. Their movements became erratic, uncertain. "Now's our chance," Liam shouted. They dashed toward the central mirror, but just as they reached it, the reflections stopped mimicking them. A ripple passed through the room, and the reflections froze, their grinning faces turning to blank stares. Liam and Noah leapt through the mirror. The world around them shifted again, and they found themselves back in the attic, panting and wide-eyed. The mirror in front of them was still, reflecting the dusty boxes and old furniture. The eerie maze was gone. "No way," Noah gasped. "That really happened?" Liam glanced around the attic, still trying to process what had just occurred. "I think so." He noticed the golden-framed mirror still stood in front of them, but it now appeared normal, just an old, ordinary mirror. He reached out, touching the cold surface. There was no ripple, no strange force pulling them in. "Well, that was definitely the strangest thing that's ever happened to us," Liam said, laughing nervously. "Yeah," Noah agreed. "But can we not do it again?" Liam grinned. "Definitely not. But hey, at least we know how to handle mirrors now." As they turned to leave the attic, Noah paused. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, shimmering piece of glass. "What's that?" Liam asked. Noah smiled. "I think it's from the maze. I kept it as a souvenir." Liam chuckled, shaking his head. "You're unbelievable." But as they made their way down the stairs, both of them felt a strange sense of comfort. Whatever they had faced, whatever the mirror maze had been, they had come out stronger together. And though they never spoke of it again, neither Liam nor Noah would ever forget the mirror maze and the strange reflections that almost trapped them forever.